Welcome to another episode of Derek Muhammad Show. I'm your host, Derek Muhammad. Look, man, I'm so excited because you know what? I got these special ladies in the building, in the digital building tonight. And how I met, look, they had me on their show a couple weeks ago, which I was really honored to be on their YouTube show In the Basement with Javonne Terez, and we rocked the motherfucking house. For all y'all got children in the room, please excuse my French because it might get a little spicy up in here. But if they go to elementary school in the public school system, it ain't nothing they hadn't heard already. Or on a Friday or Saturday night when their mama is lit with Hennessy and whatever she's smoking on. So, we in the building tonight. I'm Derek Muhammad. It's Throwdown Thursday. Let me bring in my guests. Add them to the stream. I got Javonne and Terez in the building. What up, ladies?
How you doing?
What's good? All that energy, we love it.
Yeah, we got to bring the vibe. We want to raise the vibration. It's for the culture. You know, it's for the culture.
That's right.
So,
That's good.
Let me introduce who you are, who you all are. Okay, I done some professional research. It's gonna be cheap, but I think y'all might vibe it in a way. Okay, so where is it? Okay, so you know what? Because the thing is, when y'all had me on the show, I love what y'all rep me, and actually what I was talking that day just made my stock rise. Okay, so I said I got to do the solid and bring them back because in this business, in our business, people don't really reciprocate as they should, and I don't want to ever be found not reciprocating. Can y'all dig that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me get my facts. I thought I had it nearby because what do y'all call Ulysses? Y'all call him Pops? Is that who y'all call Pops, or is that someone else?
That's Pops. Ulysses is Pops.
Right, Pops sent me y'all bio, and let me tell y'all, Pops is no joke. I'm like, he always sharing some love, showing love over here on my pages, and just being so dope with me. So shout out to Pops in the building. So first off, before I go there, how you all doing today? Because it's rough out here. 2020 has been a mother sucker.
Listen, I would just like to skip over 2020, but I know that's not possible. However, I think it's here to teach us something, though, D. I really do. Jay, what you think?
I agree. 100. Yeah.
I found it to be one of those years that first of all, the world will never be the same again. I'm gonna say that right off the rip. We are stuck, and we're stuck in a situation where we might not ever be able to go walk around without a mask until Jesus come back or something like that. So it's crazy. But let me run y'all down. Brunch. Okay, y'all show In the Basement. Now y'all got two shows: Brunch in the Basement and In the Basement. And what y'all do is y'all take the viewing audience back to time of hearing great conversations with feel-good music you listen to in the basement. I love that. With the red light or the blue light or the purple light or whatever, right? And y'all the resident dynamic duo, Javonne Armstrong, Terez Michelle, celebrating 6 years of podcasting magic. They had deemed themselves music snobs aficionados. Their international internet show is for the inquisitive minds and sophisticated ears. So this ain't for everybody. This is special. And you all get your exclusive interviews. Y'all discuss about today's worldly topics, some amazing chats with celebrities, political figures, indie artists across all genres, while always giving great music to listen to and enjoy. Y'all flagship station is WJBR with Brunch in the Basement on Saturday middays between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Wednesday evening installments In the Basement from 7 to 9. on Eastern Time. In addition, you can be heard and seen live on YouTube, Facebook, and the WJBR channel pages. Man, I just love y'all. So welcome to the show. Welcome to Derek Muhammad Show.
Thanks for having us, D. That's what's up.
Thank you so much.
Javonne, you there? She's
I'm
spinning.
here. Am I?
Okay. All right. I hope I did a good job reading y'all bio.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You did a great job.
Very good.
Terez, you frozen? Javonne, you there?
I'm here.
I'm here.
All right, great. So, okay. First up, what I want to find out from both of you guys is explain y'all background, how y'all got together in this podcast space.
Ooh. I'll let you take
it.
Are y'all there?
Yes, we're.
You go ahead and take that one, Jay. I'll get the next one.
StreamYard is tripping a little bit.
Okay. All right. So I know
It's
all about how
buffering.
Okay.
It's probably on your end.
Exactly, because we can see one another perfectly.
So
we're good.
But I'm jammed up a little bit over here. Okay.
You're good.
All right. So let me ask you all. And Karen White just said, "Hey, Javonne and Terez."
Hey, Karen.
Hey,
So let me just say that I'm not happy that you're buffering, but I'm glad to know it's not just me and us. It's a StreamYard thing, maybe,
right.
you know. So maybe we all need to find a new platform if they can't get it together, you know. Then maybe we're all gonna have to take the show on the road, you know. But I'm not sure whether or not we're buffering to your audience.
I don't think so, because you're not buffering. Derek is a little bit, just a little bit.
So let me just hit your question right quick. Terez and I met in 2013, I believe 2012. 2012. I had booked her wife, Monifa, for a show, and I fell in love with Terez immediately. It took her a little while to get to know me because, you know, she's a world star, traveler. She's in the live. She's out there and everything. But then, you know, once I grabbed a hold of her ankles because I'm like really short and she's like kind of tall. So I grabbed her by the kneecaps, right? And I was like, yo, you got to come on my show. So she did. And because I was doing just like a regular podcast. So Rezi came on the show and Monifa caught the show and was like, yo, y'all vibing. Y'all need to do something together. Long story short, I was in an accident. I couldn't think. And Terez and I had become friends. She enjoyed being on the show. And she was like, yo, you know, when you're going to do your show again? But I was concussed and crazy and confused. And I was like, I can't do it by myself. You want to do it with me? She was like, yo, I got you, son. Don't worry. And so I was like, yo, you got me? Terez, superstar, sunshine. And she was like, yeah, Jay, I got you. Don't worry. I grabbed her by the kneecaps again. And I was like, I'm holding on and I'm never letting go. And it's been a love thing ever since.
Oh, that's so bomb. Because I'm gonna tell you, I met Terez. I met you, Terez, before Lulu's event. We met somewhere else, right? Okay. And you were adorable. I was like, oh, she's adorable. I dig her. Your swag was just so cool and like pristine. And I was like,
the Terez swag.
I fucks with Terez. I fucks with Terez. So there it is. So, Terez, give us your background and your story on how it all went down.
Well, see, you know, I should have went first because, you know, she done and thank you, Derek. Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. It's really beautiful. Javonne. Now, I remember a slightly different approach because I remember meeting her, I think it was before 2012 or whatever, you know, a little bit before that, but just cool, just really like non-manic energy, just really cool. And, you know, it was at a space that, now, mind you, I'm gonna go back a second because mind you, we frequented some of the same spots growing up in our development. However, never, which we always laugh at this, we never actually quite connected ourselves one-on-one. But like some places I know we had to be in at the same time on multiple occasions. So that's one. But then we finally collided when God saw fit, and it was at a music venue that, in the Village in New York. And she was hanging out and I was there because my wife had business there. So, we just kind of connected, and she's been like easy breezy and just, she's funny as hell, as you can see, and always just full of love and light, and I'm attracted to people with love and light. So, it was easy becoming her friend and even easier loving her, so when she had her accident, it was just kind of like, what are you doing? Like, just what's happening? And she's like, well, I don't think, I said, well, this would be a great source of therapy because music is therapy for me, and to see her not in her element, kind of bothered me, honestly, just kind of like, wow, just an accident shouldn't do it. In fact, it could actually be helpful. So I said, when she asked, I was like, sure, why not? And, we've been rocking. So it's been cool. We've got a chance to talk to some amazing people and just vibe out. And she lets me rage out sometimes, we talk about anything under the sun that we want to. And, it's expanded. It's expanded quite a big deal. So
that's a beautiful thing because, partnerships is hard. It's like, a marriage, really, like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Babyface in LA, the Jacksons. It's a marriage, Sonny and Cher. It's a marriage. So when you have a partnership, you got to pick up each other's slack. You got to, you finish each other's sentences. The chemistry is key, and I applaud you all for doing that. Tell us, about the format. Now, I went over it in your bio, but tell us what you all bring to the podcast space and what you love, love to showcase.
You want to take that one, G?
No, I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you go first this time.
Well, it's we have like a cornucopia of things that we kind of bring to the table. First of all, we have two totally different perspectives. And then we have the perspectives that we land on together, and you said something very key, like the dance of intimacy. When you have a partner, you kind of know when you need to, like, just for vibe wise, need to pick up your stuff or when you can fall back. And we're learning and growing together as well. So, Javonne is like, I know when Javonne is in her mad scientist mode and how she moves around the station and she gets things together. So I fall back and I just give her the space to do that. And then, and she'll know when I'm having like one of those manic days and I need to just say some stuff, and she'll fall back and let me peel the onion, so it's kind of like, you're right. There is a synergy that you have to have when you connect with somebody that not only that she's just a dope person, like just a dope spirit. So it's easy because I sincerely want to. What happened?
I'm saying she's the dope one. That one.
Oh, I thought you were giving me a cue. See, you kind of watched little cues because I know that even when I'm talking about certain things, she kind of keeps me on track, and vice versa. We kind of do that for each other, but it is a dance, it's like and it really, really, really helps if you like the person you're working with, that's big. What I have part of having an international voice through this kind of platform is building it out. There are a lot of hours. Javonne is a DJ, music head, you name it. I think we meet there. I'm not a DJ, she is, but I just have this huge love affair and have always had a love affair with music. So, that is where we meet. And what was that?
I had to scratch it up for y'all. There
you go. See what I'm saying? Always. That was so
dope, though. That was so dope.
See?
Was it dope?
That was mad dope. I was like,
ready. So let me just say the Derek Muhammad Show, DERRICK MUHAMMAD show, right? So that's because people are in my basement trying to find it.
Right.
So follow me, smash that like button and subscribe.
Exactly. Wow. So I'm just gonna. I don't see the live actually, but what I'm gonna do is just
They can
repost.
find it on Facebook. On
Oh,
Facebook, because I don't have enough fan subscribers to go live yet. So we built. And this is my second week. I went from 0 to 130 in 5 days.
So you're on Facebook then?
I'm on Facebook right now, stream on Facebook.
Derek Muhammad Show on Facebook.
Well, it's probably under my Facebook page, just Derek M. Muhammad. There you go. On Facebook.
Because I can't send the people if I don't know where to send them. So
yeah, that's where it's at right there.
Let's do that.
And my bad.
That's all right.
You're moving now. I see it. You're moving.
Yeah, you know what? We're a work in progress, and I wanted to take time since we had some downtime to put something out in the atmosphere and see how it worked. You know, people were saying, "Man, you need to do a show." I was like, you know what? I got a lot of shit to talk. I might as well do a show, and it's therapeutic because I can't afford a shrink, so I might as well talk shit to people I don't know. You know what I mean? So, all right, what inspired you all? You know, what is both of y'all's inspiration to do what you're doing and how you go out through the day? Give me, what's your inspiration? Javonne, you up first.
Oh, gee. What's my inspiration to go outside? What was that? To go out?
Your inspiration period to do the show? Just, you know, what inspires you?
What inspires me is, music inspires me. Love inspires me. Soulfulness inspires me. My people, our people, inspires me. Knowledge, education, empowerment, just the idea of empowerment. Women inspire me.
Women.
And brotherhood, as well as sisterhood. Children inspire me. I'm inspired by so much. Spirit and its different forms, diversity. You know,
right. That's a beautiful thing.
And
right?
sex is really inspirational.
Oh, you said sex, I said snacks, but they could be the same thing. So sex.
Sexy snacks.
Sexy snacks. I'm with you all. Yes.
Or really not so much the act of sex, but sensuality, that sort of thing. Sensuality, I think.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing. Without sex, none of us would be here. So it's a beautiful
no one, not a one of us, because you know, and I also had a show called Sunday Evening Shout, which I will be bringing back. I keep threatening to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it soon. And it's a gospel show, and it's a gospel show for everybody. Is
it a gospel sex show or just a gospel show?
Did you say a gospel sex show? No, it's gonna be just gospel music and chat. However, house and never, without sexy Christians, there would be no little Christians. So let's just put it like that. So all the snobs with the big Sunday hats, you know, y'all can sit back and either listen or change the station. But this is for everybody. God is love, and love is for everyone.
Oh man, all the sports in the universe. Love. Go ahead, Terez.
I'm just saying, knock it off at the tabernacle. Love is for everybody. Everybody. Yes. God knows my heart. So absolutely. Inspired by my people first, I have to say, first and foremost. And even when we're not acting right, I'm even more inspired. So they keep me encouraged, keep me sound and grounded. Inspired by love, inspired by women, absolutely. Inspired by Black women, particularly. Inspired by some of our greats, you know, James Baldwin, Maya Angelou, quite a few, you know, living and angelic folk. But most of all, I just want to you know, inspired by my mom. You know, she was growing up my first rebel, as I like to say. She was Black Panther and strong and out there in the streets and had us in little dashikis folding pamphlets and stuff growing up. So I kind of, I'm not surprised at my voice, where I got my voice from. So yeah, just so much to be inspired. Children inspire me, you know, music absolutely not only inspires me, therapizes me. I don't know what my life would be like without music, you know, without song, without, and, you know, just without it. Um, God mostly. So yeah, those are my inspirations on a daily.
I mean, but all of that is beautiful, and that just shows you the soul of a human being when you say sweet things like that. You know, neither one of you said anything materialistic.
Mm.
Neither one of you. You didn't say money. You didn't say having a Bentley. You didn't say a Rolex watch, a vacation home. You spoke to the nature and the soul of a human being, living things. And that's a beautiful, I mean, that just shows you the essence of you two souls right here. And I fucks with y'all like that. You understand what I mean? I fucks with y'all. And I ain't saying I don't want none of the creature comforts either, but I love and appreciate the human being because you can't take that shit with you. I've never seen hearse following a I've never seen a Brinks truck following a hearse.
There you go.
Can't
Speak on it.
so you know that's a beautiful thing. So on your show, because I noticed y'all interviewed quite a few people. Can y'all give me some of the most interesting interviews and some of the people that y'all interviewed? So my listening audience know that y'all ain't nobody be fucking around with. Y'all ain't no.
You are funny.
Oh man. Some of my favorite interviews, I have to say, there's so many actually, but I'll narrow it down if I can. I'll say Bonnie Pointer. I will say absolutely beyond a shadow, Jane Elliott. We had her on very recently. She would like, you know, there's just a certain finesse you have to have. It's like double Dutch, you know. And Jane is one of those people. Like she came on and you just give her a topic and she'll go until she gets tired and then she says, "What else you want to ask me?" So, you know, I really love that. And any interview that has left us with a thought or something that, you know, we've had. Oh, another good one is Thelma Houston. She's always a pleasure. She's another one that can go in, you know, and just some of these some folks that you never knew, like to get behind the veil, you know. You never knew what their point of view was, or when you know when something hot topic is going on in the world, who you can call on. Let's see if we can get her opinion on this. Like she's one of those, you know. Jay, I'll let you take some.
Oh man, you know what? And let me just say, I'm humbled by the experiences that we've had and the yeses that we've had. It just amazes me, you know. But with that being said, and it's a hard question because it's been an amazing ride the past 6 years. I'll say that I had a great time with really like what's her name? Elizabeth Withers. Definitely was great, and she broke out in song. Even Karen, that was great. I love when people are comfortable and they stay and hang and chill. And actually, I was about to write a song with her. She didn't know, but we was about to get ready to write a song. But I thought better of it in the moment, you know. But let me see, Phil Perry, we've interviewed, and he's always interesting. Evelyn Champagne King was a great one. Laughed, cried, sang. Melba Moore is often on our. She listens to the show. She watches the show. Right. She one of, you know how on Facebook you can get like a top fan. Melba Moore is one of our top fans.
Man, she's the hot. She's smoking right now. I mean, I love her. She is. Shout out to Melba Moore for classic comeback like Tina Turner-ish. You know what I mean? Shout out to her. I wish she had like the #1 song on the chart one point. I don't know if she's still here, but
and she's got a new jam out that's pretty hot.
Right, right. That's what I'm talking about, the one that's out right now.
Shaka. Well, if you know anything about me, and since you know, I'm a Shakaholic. I am a Shaka Khan fan. Okay, down, just Shaka Khan.
I don't even know if the fan even fits.
Yeah, that word. I just use it to help the other people to kind of understand it.
She's a Shakaholic. Like
yes, I am a Shakaholic. So I will
eventually lead to Shaka Khan.
Yes, all roads do lead to Shaka. And speaking of which, we had Indira Khan, also known as Malini Khan. This is Shaka Khan's daughter, who's also an amazing talent of her own. She's been on the show.
Funny.
Right? And Lenny Williams, Mr.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Lenny's
like 105 and could get it. Okay.
You don't want it from Lenny. You really don't. You really don't. You don't want it from.
You don't want it from Lenny. Leon. What about Leon? How could you forget Leon? He's
sexy. We made him blush on the show.
But that's one thing that we do pretty good. I think we got Derek there too, a little bit.
Y'all had me blushing all over the internet.
I think we have a talent of making our guests feel welcome. We've just had amazing talent come through. Shanice, Avant. I can't, Karen Wheeler has been on the show from Soul to Soul. Just so many people. You don't want to start listing them because then you're gonna not list somebody, and then it's like, oh, and Sarah Dash, whose birthday is coming up. Actually, there's gonna, now that I'm thinking about it, let me just give a quick shout out and a promo for this. There's gonna be an internet party for her. Patti LaBelle, Nona Hendrix. So many different artists. I know Nona's your girl. So many different artists is going to be on this Zoom call celebrating Sarah's 75th birthday.
Oh wow!
So that's going to be cool. Sarah Dash is a great friend of the show as well. We've had Barbara Tucker, Robin S. Crystal Waters was on the show years ago. At one point, I was trying to get her back. Crystal, if you're listening, you're always welcome. For the local New York, New Jersey fans of the show, stay tuned because Kenny Bobian is coming. And for our international fans, this coming Saturday, we have Indea Davenport of the Brand New Heavies.
Yes.
Oh, I love the Brand New Heavies. I'm tuning in because she brings the smoke.
Yes. Yeah, so we've been fortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're blessed.
There's their music at one point. I remember exactly where I was and what was playing in a certain piece of my life. And that Brand New Heavies joint with Deep Water on it and Still a Friend of Mine, baby.
It makes you feel good all over.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wait. We cannot forget, even though she's background Betty, we can't take it for granted that Monifa pops up on the show whenever the hell she feels like it. And sometimes she just pops up and everybody's like chilling. Yeah, we're talking in this, and all of a sudden, bang, there she goes. And it's like, oh my God, it's Monifa.
Shout out to Monifa.
Wait a minute. Steve Arrington. How could that was one of Terez's favorite. I love that.
Oh, we rocked on that show.
Oh, man.
You could go to our website, www.wjbrinternet.com, or is it internet radio? Either way. And watch Terez. I mean, it's nice that Steve is on the show, but Terez is, you think she's adorable now? You should go on that damn show. She was so cute.
That's
there are some artists that, like that just got you through, certain joints that they did are still in my iPod today. Like it just, my iPod is classic. My iPod says a lot about, my music prowess, I believe, because I don't care when it came out. There's no expiration. There's no dating,
I feel you on that. I remember Luther got me so much play coming up. I mean, I just throw Luther on and the panties just start falling. Okay, just falling, right? But I'm gonna tell you, one of my darkest moments when I got my divorce and Jill Scott's new album helped me out. So I got a love affair with Jill Scott. Jill Scott is my God. Jilly from Philly. So let me ask you, because you know what, the power of Black media, that's the new thing right now. Mm-hmm. And you all are at it. Y'all in it. What are y'all opinions on keeping the integrity and the power of Black media? Tell me what's your thoughts on that.
Well, I know that Javonne and I have similar thoughts on this, but controlling our narrative and what we like is important. So it is very, we've always had rich opinions because we're a very, very rich culture. Just get to know that, And unfortunately, for a very long time, and I could speak U.S. centric, that we our images weren't important to the masses. Now, and mind you, you're selling us stuff and you're not representing us. So I think that, some corporations have caught on, and there needs to be an equitable distribution of wealth where it goes there. But at the end of the day, it's really about sharing our stories, because you have to remember, when they weren't sharing, or we weren't as centralized mainstream, whatever they wanted to say about us that wasn't true most of the time is what the rest of the world thought of us. So at the end of the day, it's important for us to control the narratives. And if nothing else, so our babies can see images like themselves, so they can fit in their grander scope of things where we belong, So our voices, our unique perspectives, are key. I grew up looking at Gil Noble like it is, and we made that my mother made sure that was a regular part of what we watched, and anything that was
great.
Yeah. Like folks have been around and have pioneered this, so it's not new. It just needs to be more of us. And shows like yours, Derek, your voice, you have a very unique perspective, just getting your messaging out. And it's important that we represent each other well. Our show, we have a strong international audience, and they may need to know. I feel like they drop in to figure out what's going on over here, especially with some folk that we got running this country right now. They want to know. And also I'm clear and letting them know that, we don't like them.
Right. Right.
We don't serve the people. So, and oftentimes when you go places, if you travel abroad, folks can separate who's who, and they kind of look to see what's happening. But right now, with this global pandemic going on, folks are really tired, I think, universally tired. So that's what's important to me. We can communicate our messages and still do it with integrity. Jay, you go, because I know this is right. That particular question is right up your alley.
Well, I think you pretty much said it all, Rezi. And the only thing I would add, the only one thing I would add is that if I can't speak my truth, I'm not about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that I do to be me, to introduce you to me, to welcome you to me. And what would I be doing? Who would I be if I were not being truthfully me?
Mm-hmm.
Totally me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Derek? I don't even, and Terez and Pops can tell you that if there's someone who might want to be on the show or might be brought to my attention to be on the show, if I'm not feeling them in that moment, and it could be a moment to moment thing because I could flip flop. But if I'm not feeling them in that moment, I'm like, I really don't want to talk. No. For some people, it's not right now. And for some people, we don't never have to have them on the show. I don't care how big they are,
Right.
Who they are.
The beautiful part about that is your perspective. And that's what I like about the new black media. We have so many diverse opinions, viewpoints, and I think it's imperative not to squash them just because they might not be popular. They might not mesh. The problem now is in the news, they all got one line. You'll see them one line. But we need to have what's going on in the street. An unbiased opinion. What is the actual fact going on? Not is what is the story, so we can make one people look crazier to another people or prop someone up better than someone else. So I love the fact that this new black media, the technology, is supporting shows like yourself, myself, and others across the internet that I might not even mesh with, but a voice is needed for that particular tribe. You understand what I'm saying? The Amish got to have a show. The Jewish people got to have a show. Crazy black folks need crazy shows. You know what I'm saying? Elites. So I think that is important instead of just having a monotone to toe the line, not offend people, because it's a viewpoint, and that's the whole thing, what the American social structure supposed to be. But in my opinion, what happened was when they bought up all the radio stations, the mom and pop radio stations, they bought up all the record labels and the television stations and the newspapers, and they made it one giant conglomerate to get one opinion out, to drug the masses with a propaganda approach. And we can't have that no more. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes, absolutely. That's what happens when you're bought over by conglomerates. You become part of what they need. They're smart enough to recognize who the voices are, and then they reach out to you for that very reason. But when they get you, they synthesize you because they do not want another situation stealing focus from whatever it is. It's like if you think about beauty industry, how Estee Lauder basically owns all the companies.
Right.
There are few independent makeup companies. Estee Lauder runs them all. They all are right up under her. So, that corporation. So, it's important to maintain your autonomy, for as long as you can, and I know, and shout out to anybody that does merge. But the reality is when you do merge, you then kind of have to do what
the new boss tell you.
NASA says do,
That's right. Case in point, radio stations can't break no new music unless it's approved by the head one time. That's why you hear the same song every 15 seconds. That's
a contradiction in and of itself, though, because that's public radio.
Right.
Yet, but just check it. It's public radio. But they do not, but it's political because the record companies own the radio stations 90%, 99.7%. Now, if you want to get something live played, you kind of have to be there and be the artist and say, here, this is what I'm produced now, but that's usually a live, but you got to go through the station directors to get your stuff on. And in some cases, and you might
not get a return text.
Some cases you may have, shout out to Payola.
Yeah, Payola is live, but
but
the other thing is that, there are, now that there's technology, there's online stations, and what we have to learn how to do as a people is to really support and promote those things. Supporting a show like yours, supporting a show like ours, or supporting our radio station. I don't even know if you know, but we have a 24-hour fully licensed radio station that will pay royalties to ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and in Canada, PPL, and so forth and so on, and in UK. But I'm just saying, like getting our stuff supported and getting the message out. That's the thing. And like, for example, this show right now, because I do get a message when your show is over, share it. Because I subscribe to your page.
Oh man, give thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm going to support you because and I want you to support me. I need you to support me.
Yes,
we gotta do that for one another and share one another's stuff. And before during slavery times or whatever time, and it was word of mouth.
Right.
We had all kinds of ways of getting messages to one another. From one plantation to the next.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah. And now, how are we relating to one another? How are we supporting one another? What are we actually doing for one another?
Listen. All right. So Derek,
I done pulled out the onion and she's going to
listen. All right. Let me just say, Jane, you set me up. So
I did.
Because I love you. Did she throw your alley-oop?
She did the damn alley-oop. She did the damn. And see, the alley-oop is. Let me just say this. and I'm going to say this to my people and anybody listening within the sound of my voice. When you live your life in abundance, you will understand that there's room for everybody. What we are socially conditioned to do is compete with one another. In every field, you compete. If you're working for somebody, you're competing against another person or another entity, or when you and some industries are famous for pitting artist against artists. Oh, you can't drop because this one's dropping, and we got, we throwing all our resources here, and you'll have to wait, or we'll shove. I mean, it's a crock of shit. It is a way. It's a way of controlling, and the reality is they don't know what to do. Record companies traditionally never knew what to do with artists. You got a bunch of A&R people, and half of them don't have ears anyway. Right. So there I said it. But the other piece is when you live your life in abundance, and abundance is what you have, and everything that you're supposed to have, you're going to, because God says so. And I'm not a religious person. Don't get it twisted. I'm a spiritual person. But when you live your life in abundance, you will understand. So there's nothing for me to say here, brother, here, sister, because if I don't have it, I'm going to get it. You understand? Because I know, and that's the energy I try to wrap myself in. I do not come from lack. Nothing. And lack is a huge thing that we work with, because lack creates the selfishness. It creates the pitting. It creates the control of resources. It creates everything. And basically it's fear, and it's a fear-based situation, because you're operating like you won't have it tomorrow.
Yes.
The only thing you're subscribed to do is live each day. This ain't no damn dress rehearsal. This is live life, and you're on now. So live your best life. That's it. That's it. I don't know anybody who's died and come back from the afterlife, or whatever that case may be. But, I'm pretty sure it's a wonderful thing, or a wonderful place wherever you rest, because I don't believe the spirit dies, depending on what your personal beliefs are. But I will say that live your life in abundance. That way you can give away. That way, when somebody needs something, you're always open to do it, time permit. You just live your life with abundance, because that's fruitful. That's fruitful. And you don't have to be selfish with information or resources or whatever it is. You just don't have to be, and then the moment that you put that kind of energy out there, please understand that that's what you're bringing back to you. So next time you may need something, or ask somebody for something truly in a very humble way, it will not come to you because you don't give it freely. Information is meant to give away. That's it.
That's a beautiful point, because I made a point on my show a couple days ago. I said a closed fist cannot receive. A closed fist cannot receive. And the universe is abundance. It's a big mammary gland. You just need to know where to pull from it and get what you need. And I love sucking on mammary gland. You understand what I'm saying? But my point is this: there's not enough, and you're so right. And that's what I tell filmmakers. I don't want to stand in line to someone outside my community and beg him to finance a movie, to show a movie, when I have the same ability to do the same thing he's doing. Might not be on that large scale, but it'll be on the scale that I'm on, and I can blow it up. Everybody wants
that. Everybody that is living the way you like. I don't know who you see, who you look at, and you aspire to. I like the idea that that certain folk have raised the bar. Because without them, you don't know where the barometer is. You just kind of think so when you see someone like a Tyler Perry, or like a whoever that you aspire to do, or whatever field that you want to, like, Tyler inspires me because I know that he's materialized what I thought was possible.
Yes.
And so I have a tangible, I have something to touch, I have something I can see, something I can like blueprint, and the sky is the limit. Like, shout out to, and he's employing a bunch of us, and he's down there still working and doing his thing, and he's got a bigger lot than some of these agents, some of these lots in Hollywood that they wouldn't even let us on, So now I'm here. I just think it's good for the culture. It's good. For the
culture. It's excellent for the culture. Okay, hot topics, y'all. Let's get to hot topics. Kamala Harris.
Yay. Let's say
talk
yay.
About it. How y'all feel? She got a shot? They got a shot? What?
I think we better help them bring it home. That's what I think we better do. You know, they got a shot if we say so. You know, and I think that, you know, because I mean, if these are the choices, I mean, I know who better not come home in November. You know. And honestly, and with that being said, and you know, I don't know any superhumans. I don't know any perfect human beings. I know that I've heard people say things about, but you're gonna hear it about everybody because you know who we got in the White House. There's plenty to say about him, you know. But y'all accepted that for the last 4. So at the end of the day, we have a smart, compassionate, for the people, because we're gonna hold her accountable. See, we gotta step up.
We gotta hold them accountable.
Yes, but I don't see any reason for the unrest now based on, you know, she was a prosecutor, and that was her job, to prosecute, you know. And now, you know, but that's not to say that she doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand what needs to be done. She doesn't understand what this country, the current state of this country is in turmoil. And that's not to say that she's not on deck with anything else. And like anybody else, any other human, you can grow, you know. You can grow. You can change your perspective. Like, why are we so locked and loaded with somebody used to be? Unless you're hurting people, then the chances of me giving you a second chance on anything, if you hurt somebody, is very slim. I'm not going to say none, but it's very slim. But why is it that we hold our women or our people to such a reprehensible standard, you know, that we'll just accept? Because clearly there wasn't one for the current rat bastard. So why is it that we have to be like, so, you know, we can hold her accountable and make sure that, you know, but part of holding her accountable is holding your local folk accountable with the messaging. And that starts at the ground level. See, a lot of us don't do anything, don't vote until we get into the November, the presidential elections. But let me tell you, it starts at your local level. Because if you have a bunch of people not representing you on your local level, it's going to go all the way up. I'm for anybody that's listened to me before has heard me say that I believe in terms. I don't believe anybody should be sitting on that Supreme Court for a lifetime position. Hell no. I don't think anybody
old racist coon up in there for life.
Listen, I don't think so. Nah, I think if any bench should have time on it, it should be that one, but a lifetime, hell to the no. Get some of them dusted out, because as we grow and evolve, so should some of those opinions on the bench. You know, I doubt that people that are 90, 200 years old on the bench going to have the same opinions that they didn't once have. And what are they reading to keep up to date with anything? They're changing America as we know it, but that's a whole rant in and of itself. I believe that there needs to be terms, and I believe that when folks come out of public service, that we should not be still paying for them as if they were still on public service. And particularly if you didn't serve us well.
Right.
The United States is going to have to get themselves together with being for the people and by the people. Some of your founding fathers, you want to make that statement about, you know, oh, beautiful. Oh, say, can you see? No, I can't see shit. I just want to do something that we can all, you know, see happen.
You want to jump in, Javonne?
Yeah, please.
I'm scared.
Please. The subject matter, you know.
No, I'm gonna say this though, you know, because there are certain people that you expect to hear the negativity and the blah 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 on Kamala. What is disappointing is when I see and hear brothers attacking her. That hurts me to my heart, and it hurts me because I love my brothers, you know. But they don't love us the way, not you per se, and not all, but these particular dudes who were scarred. Hurt people. And so they want to hold on to something she did in 1986. But if you look at what Kamala Harris has been doing for the past 4 years, with whatever she was doing, see, I didn't live in California when she was the AG, and she did some phenomenal things there, from what I understand as well. She did some really good things for the people, you know, and some things she did were controversial, and it turned into a positive effect. Now, I don't know whose mother she thought she was. She was the mother of the people. She was like, I'm gonna whip y'all's asses until y'all act right, because the children are dying. See, she did a study because there were a lot of young people dying. And so she did this study to find out who they were. She knew they were Black, but who were they? Right? And what she found out was that most of them were dropouts. They didn't make it to or through high school. And so she did a study on her Department of Education, and she found that when kids from rich neighborhoods, I'll just say rich, when they weren't going to school for a certain amount of times, all alarms went off, everybody went out there, and what's going on, Johnny? You know, you have to go to school. Well, don't worry, just come. We'll give you a certificate. You just got to make it there, right? You want to help little Johnny. But Malik wasn't going to school for 80 days out of 180 days, and he'd end up dead. And Kamala wasn't having it. And so Kamala said, and this is very controversial, and now I'm not really even sure how I feel about this, but she said, if Malik don't go to school, I'm locking up his mama. Y'all gonna pay, because Malik needs to go to school. And when people heard that, they got crazy. But there was a 30% increase in kids going to school and graduating from high school right as that happened. And there was something else positive that happened out of that, but I just lost my own thought because I just thought about this other thing that Terez said. See, I just be this is why we need each other. She's on and I'm like a jumping bean. But my other point is somebody was quoting Harriet Tubman when she said, when they asked her, is it true you saved 300 slaves? You got 300 slaves? And she said, yeah, I could have saved a lot more if they had known they were slaves. Right. So the very same people that are complaining about something that she did, she locked up a lot of brothers, so we're still mad about that. Well, she also refused to give the death penalty to a brother who killed a cop.
And elect her in office and tell her about herself. Then just put her in office.
Yeah,
and so that she can do right by whatever it is.
Over the past 4 years, what she's been doing is, because I've been glued to my damn TV because I knew this freaking Don the Con. If you from New York, if you live in this area, you knew something was going, because this man has always been a creature, right? She has been holding those powerful white men to task. They've been stuttering, mumbling, and she's like, I asked you, it's a simple yes or no. Has anyone? Yes or no? I don't know what you mean by anyone. Anyone? Was it your mother, your brother, your sister, or the president? Who did it? You know what I'm saying? Like she and I was like, get him, girl, get him. So that's how I feel about that, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. But the bottom line is this: if you would prefer to vote for the man who has been endorsed by the KKK, that's on you. That's your shit. And if you're Black and you gonna vote for the person endorsed by the KKK, you got some really deep issues.
And also, if you don't vote, you're voting for him because he's in office. So
you don't know what you did, Mr. Muhammad.
This is my viewpoint on it. Okay, so with me, this is how I look at it. We always had racist presidents. I am tired of waiting on a benevolent white man to come do something for me. So this is what I'm saying. If Biden and Harris don't win, what black folks going to do? We got to have a plan B in effect. Y'all go out to the voting booths. It don't work in y'all favor, just like with Bush and Gore. You know what I mean? Or Bush and whoever else. We still got to live. We have lived. Now, I'm not saying don't vote because hey, vote. But what I'm saying is I don't want to get my hopes up high and I'm already depressed from COVID. I'm depressed because Trump back in damn office. I got to live, okay? So I'm telling people, look, if you gonna work for us, like you said, Terez, you got to be held accountable. What you gonna do for our vote? I'm tired of giving votes to lying politricksters who come around every 4 years and sing a song and invite and say some silly shit like on the Breakfast Club, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. The hell you talk about, man? What you gonna do for me? I know what he ain't gonna do, so I can plan for the next 4 years around that bastard. But I want to go to sleep on your watch, and I wake up and I'm on the figure 4 leg lock trying to tap out to a deaf person.
Well,
Come on now.
Hold on. Did we ask? But see, here's the thing, though, Derek. We gotta make sure that I don't think we have a choice in the matter, you know. And like I said, get them in the office and then make your demands known. You understand? Like because right now at the end of the day, we didn't ask Trump shit. And we still ain't asking him shit. And if we did ask him shit, he ain't asking shit. You know? So the reality is we already know what we got. And I don't like the idea that we have a lesser of two evils. Some people say that. I don't believe that's the case. I want to believe that we have a different, I think that folks know we have had this climate that we're in right now has never happened before. We have 2 pandemics running back to back, the oldest of which is racism. Okay, the second one is COVID bullshit. And at the end of the day, racism. But see, racism never mattered. You know, we'd all get. Ooh, see that? Somebody. I said too much. I'ma still talk. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Feel the onion.
All right. I don't know what happened. I think we just lost power up in here. But if y'all can hear me, I'm gonna go for it. Still,
go ahead.
We had 2 pandemics back to back happening, and like I said. This is a time that we have not seen before in this country. So that being said, we have a choice right now to hold candidates together. And I believe they know it. I believe they know it's not status quo.
They better know it. It's going to burn if they don't.
Listen, if we have to teach Biden a few things, I know Kamala knows it. She knows it's not status quo for our people. She knows we are not messing. We ain't come here to play with nobody. So at the end of the day, get them in the office and hold them accountable so anything that you question or whatever she's doing, you have an opportunity to talk to her while she's in that seat. See, the presidential office is not so far out that we can't reach it. You know, for us on the East Coast is right in DC, but at the end of the day, we can get her, we can tag her, we can tag our people. There's too many ways to talk to a president. I spoke to Michelle and spoke to Barack. So you can talk to these people. You know, they're public servants and we the people. And the people you better represent.
And the thing is that they understand, these 2 understand that they are public servants. This dude has no idea. He thinks he's the king. And you know, he put up barbed wire around the White House. First person to do something like that. This man has turned. You can't plan for him.
All that bullshit he's been on, he need barbed wire around the White House.
But you know what, Derek? You can't plan for him. You cannot plan for him. Like there is no if he wins, there's no plan B unless you're going to leave the country. That could be a plan. You can leave the country. But let me explain something to you. This man is turning. And they're not the military. They're not the United States military. It's a militia group. He turned them loose on the citizens of Portland, on mothers. There's what? He gassed people so that he could go stand in front of a church and hold up a book that he's not familiar with. He only knows that it looks good. And he held the damn book upside down.
But he's appealing to an audience that likes that kind of shit.
And I get that. So
what
I'm saying is, though, you cannot plan for that because that is outside of not just the norm, but outside of the realm of reality, the reality that we have known. And you don't know what else is in the cuckoo's nest. You understand? You don't know what he might try or what he might do next. You can't plan for it. You could get a gun, you could get you could do something like that. What you gonna do?
What I'm saying, and I look, all I'm saying is if Biden win, okay, y'all better do some shit right, or it's gonna be some hell to pay. If Trump win, I just gotta go dig deeper, maybe build me a teleportation machine to the future. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. If the best we can do, if he cheats, which we know he's gonna do, he's gonna cheat, lie, steal votes. He messing with the federal, the United States Postal Service, for crying out loud. Do y'all see what's going on? I mean, really, he put somebody in charge to slow down the mail. This is different. So we have to vote for those people. We have to change the Senate. Because you don't have to be a Democrat to vote Democrat. And let me tell you, the Democrats right now, they are seething and they want his ass.
Let me say this.
You have to know who to put in place that's going to barbecue him.
You ever seen this movie called Killing Me Softly with Brad Pitt?
No.
You ever seen this movie? Killing Me Softly with Brad Pitt. Watch it. In the end of the movie, after they do all this shit, there's a conversation that Brad Pitt has with this guy. And the conversation goes like this. He says, because Obama is on the television talking, like he just got elected. And the guy said, will you hear this? We're all one people. And he said, look, this guy right here, he said, that we the people shit, Thomas Jefferson wrote that shit because he didn't want to pay taxes to the British. And he was fucking the slave girls. He's just a rich wine snob. He wrote some beautiful words, but he didn't mean shit because he kept his children in slavery. He said, America is not a country. America is a business. So I've been telling people this. America is up for sale. And whoever is the business people, they run and control those politicians. It's never in a long time, since probably 1913, since it's been for the people. So I'm telling us, we as black people, collectively, we got to get our money together and get up out of business and buy some fucking politicians. And that's all. No, I got that.
We can control anything we want to when we decide that we want to do collective economics.
Yes.
Our spending is projected. Not even like, you know how you heard your mother grow up and say, don't count money you don't have?
Right.
Well, that's what the government does. They count money they don't have all the time. And guess whose pockets they count them? You talking about your mans and them get out your pockets? The big mans and them is in your pockets hard. They do things like throw you a check that they know you're gonna give right back. We gotta get smarter about if our opinions and our voices and our votes don't matter, then our dollars are what do. And we need to stop spending money. Do you see how berserk they went when we couldn't get out the house and spend?
Oh my God!
You see to what degree?
That's the thing that's killing them right now.
Going in on trying to get us out in these streets, knowing that this virus is out there running rampant. Did you see how they're willing to throw in the entire towel to get us out? So just keep that in mind. They need you at the Best Buys and the Target.
That's where the power is. We got to collectively, like you said, pull our money, get some of these, get some land, get some economics going on in our circle, like Black Wall Street, and buy some damn politicians and some favor for ourselves. But I want to ask y'all this question because I did a show on this last week, and I got some.
Wait, Muhammad, Derek, before you go on, I just wanna say just one thing. I just want to add something to the discussion, and I agree 100% that we need to collectively get our economics together and stop giving them money, because that's the root right there. But I want to just say this, because I'm maybe I'm still in the minority as a minority who is very proud of what Obama was able to accomplish, even though they were trying to stop him at every time he tried to do something. And there's a lot more that he wanted to do, but just a few things off the top of my head that he did do. And I don't have like a full list or anything like that, but I'm going to say, number one, passing the healthcare reform. That was incredible. The way he rescued the economy, which was struggling like crazy. That was incredible. Eliminating Osama bin Laden. That was crazy. Gets no credit for that. Repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and supported federal recognition of same-sex marriages. That was some amazing things. He put some school lunches, protected dreamers from imminent deportation. He did a lot of things. He boosted what was it, the fuel economy and efficiency, the standards, which really pissed off those Republicans because they just want to they didn't care about anything. He started off the Green New Deal, diversified the federal I can't remember everything, but he did a lot of positive things and passed the Fair Sentencing Act in 2010. That was amazing. I mean, he did a lot of stuff. I mean, they have a lot of lists on the internet that people can look at to see the things that he did. There was even a credit card reform act that he passed, and he did it by executive order because he had to. He cracked down on bad for-profit colleges that were just getting people to take out these loans. He cracked down on a lot of stuff, and he was a proponent, an advocate for women's rights for fair pay. The LGBT community, he did a lot for the LGBT community. Even when it came down to food, and trying to make sure that our food past FDA, like put better. And speaking of the FDA, he also, and this is one thing is different than the other, but when Ebola came and 2 people died, the Republicans wanted his head. He should resign. 2 people died. Ebola, a pandemic. He set up a response team, a pandemic response team, and shut that shit down. Shut it down. So this what's going on right now? This is
a devastation of a nightmare.
You understand what I'm saying? And when we look at Obama, I just, it just kills me because I feel like we don't give this man credit for what he was able to pull off. And they denied him the right to seat a Supreme Court justice. This is the first time a president was denied the right to seat a Supreme Court justice. They took that from him. They took that from us.
That they did not give a damn, and that is only because
that's why we need to take that seat back. Okay? Yeah, wow. That's that Mitch McConnell. You understand what I'm saying? That dude got to go. These people have to go. All right. Now, if you want to move on, I'm sorry.
All right. I want to move on because we're going to be here all night talking about this dead horse. I want to talk about something prolific, something that's universal, something that is running rampant in the street. It's in every conversation, barbershop, pool hall, Sunday school, every conversation. Wet ass pussy.
What?
What is your take on wet ass pussy? Are y'all familiar with what I'm talking about, or do I need to break it down?
I'm going to give this to Terez 100%.
The wet ass pussy thing. Beyonce drops something beautiful, Black is King. I'm going to get me a dashiki. It's coming in from Amazon. Got from China, right? Week later, wet ass pussy running rampant. Now niggas is back at the strip club, COVID up. What is going on in y'all mind with this wet ass pussy phenomenon and this ratchet shit running around? And they showing it right after TD Jakes get off the air. Go.
First, you need your ass whooped. Okay, let me just say that. First, all right. Second, and if I had to answer that question, I'm just gonna say I ain't mad at none of it. You know, I'm not mad at the idea. Now I don't know what the trend is. I really don't know what the trend is. All right. So I'm a little, if somebody's starting, and I'm looking at the chat right now, and they said that's Megan and Cardi. Okay, I love Cardi B. That is my birthday twin, and I think she's outspoken and she's for the culture. Now I don't sanction everything she does, but I do, I do like Cardi B, and I like Meg Thee Stallion too. I don't know what this culture. I don't know that statement, but that in and of itself is not a bad thing. I don't know what the trend is right now. I'll admit that, but the idea of it is a wonderful thing.
Look, I love wet ass. Okay, I adore it. It's my number one Christmas gift. And I don't even do Christmas, but I will accept it. Okay, what I'm saying is this: there was a time in our culture because they was like, I made a post. They was like, Derek, you didn't say that when Too Live Crew was out and Too Short was. I said, you're right, I didn't. I'm guilty. But you had to go looking for Too Short. You had to go looking for Luke Skywalker. I had to go looking for Doda Mike albums, Red Fox albums, Richard Pryor albums. It wasn't on Apple Music. It wasn't running mainstream on the radio. You had, you know what I mean? It was BT after hours, right? So my point is this. I don't have a problem. I love Cardi. I think Cardi popping. She took her strip game and made it to another level. Okay, who am I to get in the way of Cardi? No, I'm not tripping on Cardi. But what I'm tripping on is the people behind this, pushing this agenda to our children, which they need to be learning mathematics, another language, and they can get to wet ass pussy when they're appropriate age. I don't need my little granddaughter saying, wet ass bitch. What the hell? Huh? Their mama working all day. They don't know what the hell they watching. And I'm all for censoring this type of information. And I just see a full assault on our babies, and somebody got to say something. This is me. But I'm not, don't trust me. I don't drink the blood of Jesus, right? But I am cognizant of the fact that I see a Trojan horse in the town square.
Okay. All right, analogy. All right. Well, I'll say two things. Okay. The culture's different today, and I'm not exactly in agreement with everything that I hear and see, but I also know that I am for censoring anybody that is a dependent, against things that are not, I don't mean their creative ideas. I mean the messages and the images that are coming through media. I am absolutely for censoring that until you have a child that's independent, So if I got children living with me, yes, I'm filtering the fuck out of what they hear and see if I have control, because I don't have control out of my home, what they see. But there's going to be, the first educator of children is supposed to be in the household. So when you hear certain things, at least I know that I grew up in a what they call it, a seen and not heard generation, but we were afforded voices and our voices were cultivated in our households, so when we went outside and we saw something that was not part of our household, we knew that we either had to remove ourselves from it or we weren't going to be subscribed and curious about it. Now, when we got older and we were no longer dependent, we were free to move about whatever cabin we saw fit, but that's not without having had somebody pour into us what is supposed to be, like the media and Cardi B and anybody else is not responsible for teaching our kids stuff. Shut it off if that's what you don't want to hear. The fact that we know why they make it, and I don't mean, we know why they sell it, right now, I just don't want to be distracted behind anything else other than getting this clown out the building. But, and why? Timing is everything. And we know who's running these corporations. Come on.
Right.
We know the messages they want to put out there and continue to put out there and quite frankly, there's a large population of folk that subscribe to it, you know. And if I knew what it was, and you know, I'm sorry you caught me, you know, I may have had more to say about it, but you know, outside of the thing itself. See, I don't know what the phenomenon is about. I mean, it's always
a song. When you get off the air, check out the song Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Look, all right. Y'all played a game with me when I was on this show. Because we're going to close this thing out. Rapid fire. I'm flipping the tables on y'all. I'm reverse engineering this thing.
Let's go.
I got 5 questions apiece. Javonne, you up first.
Okay. All right.
Then you, Terez. And we're going to shut this thing down. It's been a beautiful moment. Woo. Rapid fire is when I ask y'all a question and y'all say the first thing coming to mind. Is that right? Because I'm copying off of y'all. Is that right?
That's it.
Okay. Now, okay. So Javonne, you up first. Knowledge.
Power.
Power.
Yeah. Power.
No. The next one is power.
Oh. Sensitivity.
Freedom.
Everything.
Money.
Voice.
Love.
Family.
Oh, that's okay. Give it up for y'all in the digital space. You ready, Terez? Here we go.
I'm ready, brother.
Woman.
Beautiful.
Peace.
Necessary.
Happiness.
Truth.
Beauty.
Behold.
Black people.
Everything and necessary. Life.
Yeah. I feel hey, you know what? That's so dope. That's so dope. I want to thank y'all for coming on the Derek Muhammad Show. For all the subscribers, I usually take breaks, but since the conversation was so cold, I couldn't even tell. Look, y'all make sure y'all follow on their social media pages In the Basement at Facebook and Instagram, In the Basement with Javonne and Terez. All right, follow them. Go to YouTube, hit their YouTube channel, subscribe to their channel, smash the like button, share. Subscribe to Derek Muhammad Show on YouTube. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Y'all want to give y'all Instagram or followers or handles or whatever?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, on Facebook, we are In the Basement with Javonne and Terez. On YouTube, we are WJBR Internet Radio. We are on Instagram. What's that one, Rez?
Instagram is In the Basement with Javonne and Terez. Yep.
And yeah, that's how you find us. On Twitter, we are WJBR Internet Radio.
Yes.
That's awesome. Look, I thank y'all for coming on the show and blessing me. Okay. I had a ball. Did y'all have a good time?
Yes, we did. And can I say this to you before we leave? You are a superstar, Derek Muhammad, and your energy is just incomparable. So thank you for having us, and thank you for just hanging out and just being who you are. You're necessary. Thank you.
I received that. Look, this is what I want to show you, Terez, because I know you got Native American in your family. I wore this shirt especially for you tonight. This is what they call the Pharaoh tee.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
How you like that?
That's
right.
Beautiful.
The Pharaoh t-shirt. My friends over at nation19.com is selling these t-shirts. Check it out, nation19.com. Okay, that's and beautiful. You can get one of these. And it's a dope. It's a family-run business. We like showcasing because my whole motto is we buying black. The planet.
That's what's up.
Buying black the planet. Okay?
That's right. So
until next time, make sure you all go get my book. I gotta plug my book, shameless plug, right? Guerrilla Film Grind, How to Make a Movie for Little or Nothing at DerekMMuhammad.com. And I'm gonna leave y'all all with some kind words. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Be extra good to yourself. And I'm out. That's so dope.
Nice.
Thank you for listening to the Derek Mohammed Show.
Ah!
Oh, that's nice. Nice, Derek. Nice.
See y'all later, y'all. Take care.
All right, D.